I love the Magik Theatre.
Yes.
I haven't done anything comparable in my life. Oh, it was a long and wondrous journey. Magic has always been with me. So I found a building downtown that an old, actually friend of mine who funded some of Alice in Wonderland when we took it on the road. And he owned a building on Commerce Street, right in the middle of downtown. It was like it was just a big building, and we had the downstairs floor was vacant. And so we decided that that was the place to go, and everybody would look at it and go, well, you can't do theater in there. But yes, we could. We squeezed 150 kids in there for every show, and it started at high levels. And when I began to realize that we needed a larger place, we knew that it was time to go, because the theater couldn't grow anymore being in that space. And I went to a friend of mine who was the assistant city manager, and I asked her, do y'all have any properties that we might be able to turn into a theater? And she said, yeah, let's go look at some. And the first place she took me to was Beethoven Hall. I looked at the theater, I was all by myself, and I looked at it as it was a real theater, seats 600 people. And I was going, gosh, we're getting 150, can we do 600? But I decided to try it anyway, because it was a great space. It needed a lot of work, but the city was willing to work with us. And we had 3 months to redo that whole theater, and it was about $600,000 worth of renovation. So we had the space, and it worked, and we started growing from that point and never looked back. I think it's important for everybody to know that the philosophies that we use at Magik are developed directly from the philosophies that we used at Melodrama Theater, and they came from the philosophies of Paul Baker, who believed that process was more important than result. And everything at Magik Theater has always been built around that. Magik Theater was created and called Magik Theater because we believed that there was magic in what theater could do for people. And I spelled that with a K because it wasn't the kind of magic that you use when you're doing tricks. When we started at Magik, so I think the impact that we've had on San Antonio has been enormous. I think we've pushed some arts groups to do better work. I think we've become part of the artistic fabric of the city. That's why I believe it's very important for that Magik do plays that are bilingual at times. And that just cements us more, because San Antonio has a unique culture. We do them the San Antonio way. And that excites people, because they want to know more about their city. They want to find out, they want to be part of it. And how does the 21st century audience enjoy or learn from the kind of work we're doing? We can't think in terms of next year. We have to think in terms of generations. Now the way I feel after doing it for 24 years, I couldn't go back to doing anything else. It fulfills me in so many ways that I can't even talk about. I mean, I've had 24 years to be able to create new works, to be able to direct new shows, to be able to work with a staff that was absolutely incredible. Magik's core beliefs need to remain intact, and we need to build on those philosophies and those goals and the way to be. I've always wanted to grow a program for teenage kids, and because once they're out of the 5th grade or 6th grade, they drop off the map, and we don't serve them very well at all. So there needs to be a series somehow that serves the needs of those children, because it's such a crucial part of a lot of time in their lives, a critical time in their lives. And Magik can give them something to hold on to. The philosophies are strong. They're not necessarily only mine. They come from a wide consortium of views that have shaped and formed Magik Theater over 24 years. And my gosh, it's been the most fun adventure I could possibly imagine. And I feel so privileged to have been the face of Magik. And I want to reiterate that I didn't do it alone. Everybody that worked at Magik gave an equal part to this. We want you to be a part of the growth of Magik Theater. I know I plan to be a part of it some way or another, because like I said earlier, Magik is a community center. It's a place where people from all over the city can come and gather and create art. And I wouldn't want it any other way. It's challenging, it's exciting, and it makes every day a new day. One of our first brochures that we did years ago was a little boy coming out of a rabbit's hat. And it was a child that comes to the Magik Theatre. And the words that we used on it was, "You believe in magic." And the same thing goes today. If you believe in what the Magik Theatre does, if you believe in children learning in new and special ways, if you believe in nurturing our youth in any way, making sure that they're reading, they're writing, they're doing all the things that are important to make them successful in life, we want to hold your hand and join in to help with that. We want your children to be the best they can be. And every time they step in this theater, we project that to them, that you are capable of doing this as much as us. And that's one of the things we do, the handshaking too, is that so they could see that, wow, this person's a normal person. They do it. Why can't I do it? And then they try it and they don't never look back.